Hey everybody, my name is Prez and welcome back to another episode of Falcon Falls. So anyway, how are you all doing today? I'm doing pretty well myself, and today we're going to be working on the long-awaited brand new golf course. So, you know, I've gotten rid of the old golf course over in the more rural area from before, and I really was not a fan of that. Pretty much everything there's going to be gone. But yeah, so we're rebuilding the golf course over here, and it ends up looking really amazing. This is just a 9-hole golf course because the area, if I tried to put an 18-hole golf course here, it would be completely crazy. But yeah, I think 9 holes ends up looking really amazing in the end anyway. I mean, just from above, it really looks great. So you'll see that at the end of the video with the cinematics and stuff. So yeah, anyway, let's just get straight into this. So right now, as you can see, I'm just working on placing some paths around the greens, and I mean, yeah, I ended up going for just gravel paths. Last time I went for the network extensions concrete road, the pedestrian road, and it just did not look good. So yeah, just went for something more natural here anyway. So yeah, just the concrete paths, and then I got the old-fashioned ruined park filler from the workshop, just so that I'd be able to clip it sort of under the gravel and do that. So yeah, you can just see these areas that are just lots of ruins texture. That I sort of change a lot of that and just make some of it grass and stuff, but yeah, just use that as a base. So yeah, anyway, we're just placing some just rocks, bushes, trees, just lots of stuff. It ends up being decently overgrown considering this is like a nice country club, but I sort of think it's okay. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, and I guess it wouldn't be perfect. And I guess this country club, like the actual like premises are not really as nice as you'd think they would be. And I mean, it doesn't need to be perfect once again. So yeah, whatever. So anyway, I took some inspiration from a few golf courses I've seen. For example, like Strict Toasters and Pug Gaming's golf courses that they made. I liked how dense the trees were in Pug Gaming's golf course, so I decided to go for something sort of like that. Just place a lot of conifers and stuff. So I mean, last time I didn't go dense enough, I think. So I think this just looks so nice from above in the end. And I went for a different golf course in general. I went for this asset, I forget what it's called. It's in the description. You know, the asset collection in the description. You can just control F golf, and you can find all the golf assets from this episode. And yeah, that's in the description. I don't know, this newer golf course just works so much better. It's sort of a darker green, and with the evergreen CC it just looks great, because the other one stood out way too much in my opinion, and it was just really light green. And with the evergreen color I'm going for here, I really thought that it would be important to just try to stick to that, so I did. And yeah, so this episode is going to end up being almost 45 minutes long again, I believe, so we're going to end up doing a lot of sort of detailing on camera and stuff, which we haven't done in a while. But yeah, we're going to do that, and we're going to be doing some sort of looking around at the golf course, and it'll be great. But for now, we've got another 15 minutes or so of time-lapse footage here, so yeah. Anyway, we're just placing a lot of grasses and stuff right here. Again, pretty overgrown, but I'm sort of fine with that in general. I mean, I don't really have a huge problem with it, so it just looks really nice. So we're just going to keep it. And yeah, I just tried to add a bunch of decals. I used that Rocks decal by Beard Monkey a lot. It just looks really cool. Beard Monkey's workshop is just exploding with incredible stuff. Like yesterday, at the time I'm recording this, he released some new planter decals, which are like exactly what we needed. Just sort of planters that are sort of embedded into the sidewalk, and they're like rusty and stuff. It's so cool. So yeah, I've been waiting for something like that for a while, but it's in decal form, and I think that'll be pretty awesome. So can't wait to use those. I haven't really tried them yet, because once again, you know, this were just released yesterday. I mean, I am recording this audio on Wednesday, which is really unheard of for me. I mean, yeah, it's pretty unheard of. I somehow managed to get this episode out, like, or not out, finished really early, considering. I mean, usually I finish an episode on Saturday or even Sunday, like I'll finish the work for it, or actually almost finish. Sometimes, you know, I'll go over that and it'll just be like 2 weeks between episodes and I'll have to release that next weekend or whatever. Yeah, I'm ahead by like a bunch this time, which is sort of unheard of for me once again. But yeah, for now, I've got a time lapse to commentate over. So yeah, what you can see we're doing right here, I'm just placing a lot of conifers. You know, I think just having this like each green here be really closed in by trees and stuff, I think is a good idea. It just looks even better from above, and I don't know, in general, it's just great. So lots of conifers, shady bushes, gravel, Mr. Mason grass, etc. And it just ends up looking really, really incredible in the end. So yeah, I mean, it's sort of more of the same for a while. I sort of included it because it's not too much repetition, but these little entrances, I figured I'd add like to these pathways, like just into the greens, just these little entrances using surface painter and just sort of wider areas. And you know, I figure that's a good way to connect these greens. Just have the paths and the entrances, and it's probably the best I'm going to be able to do in terms of connection. I mean, these greens are sort of raised a little bit above ground level. Not as bad as the ones from before. Those ones from before were like crazy. I mean, I think these assets here just, they work so much better for what I need. So I'm really happy I found these. And yeah, so let's see. Just doing a little shoreline work right here, placing some Mr. Mason grass, of course. Surface rocks. The surface rocks just help so much with shoreline work. I mean, I can't even, like, you know, it was so recently we didn't have those for shoreline work, and we had to place like every single rock by hand, and the rocks weren't even as nice. And yeah, but these surface rocks just look so cool. And yeah, I mean, combined with the Mr. Mason grass, they just look absolutely incredible. I mean, just lots more shoreline work. The surface rocks also help because they really save me from running into the building limit really quickly. I mean, I ran into the tree limit because I actually finished the national park area terraforming pretty recently, and I also added the trees and ran into the tree limit, and I just got the unlimited trees mod. Not a huge deal. I just know that some people have had issues with it in the past, so I was sort of a little bit hesitant. But yeah, I figured I'd get that. I mean, sort of had to. But yeah, so I mean, like, the building limit when it comes to, like, the rocks on the shoreline, like, I'm probably going to get rid of the shoreline work we did before, because that's a lot of buildings we placed. And I mean, I'm just going to replace that with surface rock stuff, and I just can't leave all those rocks because they're just so many individual buildings, and that's just gonna really add to the building limit. Now, I think we're just gonna barely squeeze the building limit in this series. Like, we've got so much we're gonna be doing, but I think we're gonna manage it. So yeah, I'm probably just gonna, I mean, I might actually just leave that shoreline for now until we possibly hit the building limit in the future, but I'm still also just considering just doing it, just getting rid of this stuff, the rocks from before, just because it's also not uniform with what we've been doing on shorelines more recently. So yeah, anyway, as you can see, we've got this little practice green that really sort of doesn't fit with its surroundings, but I don't care. I'm just gonna leave it. It doesn't need to be anything more than that. I feel like you'll sort of run into that situation a lot in Cities Skylines, and it's like something looks okay but not amazing, and you're not sure what to do. And I don't know what else I can do other than just add some trees like conifers around that to just make it look a little bit more, just, you know, just blend it with its surroundings a little bit better. But I might do that. I might see how that looks. But for now, we're just gonna be watching these picnic tables be placed. Just place some picnic tables over there. I figure just a little picnic areas would just probably a good idea. Why not? So yeah, I mean, once again, this area is pretty overgrown considering it's like a country club, like a nice country club. But I think it's sort of okay. I mean, sort of want some depth to it, and making it overgrown just a little bit, I think, adds a little bit of depth. Also, you know those big ferns? Like, you see those on screen right there, the big ferns. They're sort of on your screen briefly. You probably know what I'm talking about. Just, yeah. I've been using those a little bit more combined with the gula grass, and I hadn't been using those much before because they were sort of disruptive to a lot of things, but I use the small ferns with like just shady bushes, but these big ferns actually work pretty well when it comes to just, you know, putting on top of some gula grass, stuff like that. But yeah, so anyway, as you can see, we've got this little parking lot we just placed. This is actually a parking lot by Matt Crux on the workshop. It's I forget what it's called, but whatever. It's like, I don't know. The actual texture is all built into it. I mean, like, even with adaptive prop visibility distance, parking spots will disappear after a while, and they're not yellow and have the handicap spots that are blue and stuff. I think it's just so cool, this parking lot. It's just, the texture's amazing, and you can still see the parking spots from above, which I think is great. So, yeah, anyway, let's just talk about what's going on in the game a little bit more here, because I keep getting sidetracked, but yeah, so you saw briefly that I placed that little food truck. I don't know, like, I think it's a little bit weird having a food truck on these premises, but whatever. I don't care. I think it's fine. I think it looks pretty cool. I love that little food truck prop. I think it's awesome. So yeah, right here you can see this little golf clubhouse, this sort of smaller clubhouse here. I just placed, we're going to detail that in just a moment. Yeah, just detailing that right now. And I figured just having that right next to the golf course, I figured I'd just use it. And just having it next to the golf course would be pretty cool. And I think it fits pretty well. I believe it's by the same guy who made the actual golf course, once again. I believe, at least. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah. So, more trees, more texture. Just, I've been trying to work with ground texture just a lot more recently because it just adds so much. Like, for example, that rail yard, it's not really a rail yard. It looks like a rail yard because I use the one-way train tracks, but that little place sort of behind the hospital from last episode, that area, I just used so much ground texture in, and that's why it looks just so nice, you know, in the end here. Just looks so clean and everything. But I don't know, just that's a good example. Just ground texture adds so much more than you'd think. So just try to work with sands, natural resources, stuff like that, just because they add a lot to your game, and just ground texture can just add so much in general that, I don't know, just explore it. It's pretty much what I'm trying to say. So yeah, you can see this little area we're sectioning off. It's sort of like those little areas in the hospital complex from the last episode that were just, you know, just had some trees and foliage and stuff in there. And yeah, I just ended up adding some grass to some little areas just to make it look a little bit overgrown over the wall, but not too much, because once again, this area is a country club, so it's should be sort of taking care of generally like a decent amount. But yeah, anyway, just adding some trees to these little curb planter things right there, and more foliage to sort of inside that little enclosed area. And now we're working over by the entrance to the country club, and I'm just trying to add some fences around the whole thing because, you know, it's a country club, private place. Figured I'd add some fences. I ended up going with the iron fences that have those brick pillars by Soldian, I believe, and I think those work better than anything else that I'd be able to put here. But I don't know. Those are what I ended up going with, and I think they look great. And I just added them, you know, as you can see, just around the whole country club, and until sort of right around here. But I ended up changing that later. But yeah, around where this wooden fence starts, that's pretty much where the fences end. I don't know. I'm really not sure if that's a good idea. I'll sort of show you and ask you in the live gameplay, so I'm not really going to talk about that now, but I wasn't really sure about that. Just adding the Hard Rock Cafe right here, and we ended up adding some picnic tables just all overgrown. I really like this little area. It didn't take too long to make, and it just looks really cool. So yeah, just those picnic tables in that little sectioned off area with the sort of broken fences. I think those look really cool. But yeah, right now we're actually going back to the actual main clubhouse here and placing some decals, some cobblestone decals. And I wanted to make a little sort of mini plaza looking thing in front of the actual building and just make it look pretty clean and add a fountain and stuff. So that's what we ended up doing. I added the wall rocks to section stuff off, which I mean, they looks like they can actually be used in an area like this. I didn't even really realize. I thought they'd be too sort of rustic for something like this, but they ended up looking okay. So I'm really happy with that. And we ended up just adding this little fountain in the center, and that's pretty much it. Then I decided to just try to add these bushes and just make them go around the whole little lawn here, and just try to section stuff off and make it all just sort of universal. Just have this one sort of type of bush, and then I added the red flowers because I figure the little secondary color theme for this area is just a red, because I see some red, you know, little overhangs over these windows, as you can see. So I figured I'd just add some more red flowers and stuff. So yeah, I think just in general, this asset was just made really, really well, and it's exactly what we needed here. I believe a bunch of other people have used this in their golf courses because it's sort of made for, you know, a golf. It's sort of made to be a golf clubhouse. So yeah, as you can see, we're just adding a few little things. So this little back lot area, it's sort of a back lot, I guess. It's not really a back lot because it's not really behind anything. I guess you could say it's a back lot. It's sort of out of the way. And I decided to just add this and add some dumpsters and stuff. Tried the Beard Monkey's new little dumpster area, because I haven't really used that before. So I ended up trying to use that, and just the sort of usual, just add some little crates and stuff back here as well. Some jersey barriers, stuff like that. Just sort of the usual. And I mean, these areas may look incomplete when you're looking at them in the time-lapse mode, because I cut a lot through different areas in time-lapse mode, and I want to stop doing that. I want to start just focusing on one area at a time. But for this episode, that's sort of how it is. And yeah, you'll just see in the live footage, it all comes together. But yeah, we're nearing the end of the time-lapse here. I'm going to hop into the live gameplay. We're going to look around, and then we're going to detail a few little streets and just add some trees and houses and stuff, and it'll be great. So I'll see you in just a moment. Hey everybody, we are back, and I'm ready to show you what we've just built and work on a little live footage here, and we're going to work on detailing these little streets here, placing some houses, in the other order, but you get what I mean. So we're gonna do that, but first I'd like to sort of show you what we've just built. Just look around a little bit. So first of all, this country club. So we've got this little entrance right at the sort of road that goes in here, and this asset's called Graceland Gates, and I believe it's by King Leno. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I don't know. It's really, it fits. It's for a completely different asset overall, but I think it really fits right in here. So, yeah, I did that. I added some fences all the way to here, and yeah, just the fences go all the way around the property until over here where it's just sort of less defined. I added this little cafe on the corner, because why not? Just the Hard Rock Cafe asset, and I just some overgrown picnic stuff, and I guess this just gets less defined. There aren't really fences over here, and I mean, I don't know if I should add fences or anything, but this sort of just turns into this. And here, one second, let me just do that right like that. Okay, there we go. And I mean, yeah, I'm not sure if I should add more fences over here, but I think this is fine, just having it sort of be less defined and sort of end like that. But yeah, so once we drive in here, we'll see that, I mean, there's, you know, these little separated areas with some greenery and stuff. I did a parking lot right over here, and this has got, you know, these tennis courts, which I think fit perfectly for a country club like this, and, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just think they fit perfectly. So I don't know why this is happening, but whenever I add the this, I'm trying to get rid of these grass sprites. But you know, I like using grass sprites because that looks like really nice, lots of texture there. But I don't like, you know, I have these manicured grass decals right here, and, you know, I don't really like how, you know, the grass sprites will be like that. Here, one second. Let me actually place another, there we go. Yeah, so I don't know why, but whenever I reload my game, just like all of the natural resources are disappeared or something. I have no clue. Like, I mean, I don't think they have disappeared. Like, I see natural resources right here. This is like the ore texture, I believe. I don't know. Whatever. I'll try to figure that out. But yeah, for now, I mean, like this little area's just got some trees and picnic tables. We've got this little parking lot I added over here, and look at this. So I added this little area. I mean, when you zoom in, it's not too pretty, but this is a little prop that I found in my props menu that's actually just like, I mean, I figured I could use it as like a golf cart sort of garage type of thing. So yeah, just a bunch of golf carts in here. I think it's pretty cool. So I think that's cool. Just some greenery in here. What happened to that fence? One second. Let's just get this fence replaced quickly. I don't know what happened to that. There we go. That's better. But yeah, I mean, these fences are sort of just these farm fences and whatever. I don't know, just some greenery in here. I mean, I added this food truck right here. I don't know about it, but I like this food truck. I think it's pretty cool. So that's probably staying. There's a kite just in this main lawn because I had to. I love that kite asset. It's really cool. So, I mean, like over here, it sort of gets a little bit less nice. It's more of not really where you're really meant to be. I mean, the main clubhouse is right here, and you know, the manicured grass and stuff. But like over here, just got some picnic tables, a little bit overgrown, but not too bad. And I mean, I added this little area that's got like some dumpsters and stuff, and I tried to sort of cover it up a lot, like by placing like trees, just so, and I feel like I did a pretty good job. Like it's dense trees, just so you can't really see in there as much, unless, I mean, here, let's actually add a little bit more foliage in here, just so that we can have, here, would this work? Definitely not dense enough. Let's see. We can just add some whatever. That's good. And then that just, okay, that's better. Could have also just added a live oak tree, but I think that's fine. So I mean, over here, just, you know, the standard stuff, just decals, some dumpsters and stuff. We've got just this random mattress right here. And yeah, I mean, just this little shed. It's all really pretty overgrown. Added a little construction vehicle thing right there, and this little dumpster area. I think it's pretty cool. And yeah, I guess that's just not really meant to be seen. I did this little overgrown type thing over here, and I added the surface rocks below. I think it looks really cool. And I think I'm going to keep this road right here. I mean, I wasn't sure, like, I mean, I've deleted, like, everything here more and more as time goes on. I just keep deleting stuff because it's not going to stay. And these roads, these main roads aren't really going to stay. I mean, just some of these little houses, these complexes, I might, like, just move it to copy and paste, but that's it. I don't really care for anything around here anymore. This is just going to be completely rebuilt. Farms, rural areas, probably going to add some hills and stuff. But yeah, that's not the focus. Let's get back to this. So yeah, I guess we should look around at the golf course now. So I mean, we've got this little golf clubhouse, this little sort of smaller place in here. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, use the diagonal parking asset again, just because why not? It looks really nice. It's nice for this little area. And, yeah, so I guess we've just got this little golf course sign with some flowers. And going in here is just some walkways, a little bit of picnic stuff. There's a little practice green that may not fit with its surroundings, but I think it's okay. I mean, I'm not going to change it, so yeah, I think that's fine. But yeah, so moving forward, we've just got, I mean, it's decently overgrown, considering this is like a nice country club, but I think it's okay. It doesn't need to be perfect. So, yeah, pretty overgrown in general. But I like the combination of trees and bushes and stuff we've got going here. And I love just looking at these holes right here from just this perspective. Look at that. That's just really cool. So, yeah, here, let's just move that. That's right in the path there. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I'm not going to show you every single hole like individually, but it's just pretty much the same thing, just little pathways in between and stuff. And wait, sort of got. No, those trees are fine there. Okay, never mind. Wait, I mean little pathways in between, lots of trees. Use the shady bush like a lot, and yeah, I don't like how these are like right here. That's a little bit better. Okay, cool. So yeah, we just got once again just these pretty much the same as the other ones. But yeah, just I did some shoreline work, and I'm really happy with how this turned out. You know, this is still pretty glitchy. I found a way to work around it a little bit. You sort of just level the, say I want like, you know, I'll just level this out a little bit. Let's just do this, just so it's a little bit less disruptive. Let's just say I want to do that, and we can sort of do that, and then it'll be like less glitchy if this slope is smoother. So I mean, in general, you're still going to get glitches like this, but I think it's manageable in general, and it just looks too nice to not do this. Look at that. I'm just, wow, these surface rocks just make this so much easier and nicer as well. And I got, oops, that's not nice. Let's actually fix that a little bit. Let's do that. Okay, hopefully that's a little bit better, because that is not good. Hopefully that evens out, but yeah, so I got the Shady Tree Fall Edition finally. I don't know why I didn't have it, but it actually looks really cool. So I like to do that in sort of overgrown areas or whatever. I did this little thing right here. I think it's cool, but it probably doesn't fit. I don't care. So, I mean, other than that, I just did a bunch more shoreline work. We've got this little cargo line that's on the shoreline. This is going to end up, I believe, going over here into the farming area, right over here. And then we've got this other cargo line that's just going to go through here, which is going to be some farms as well. So, I mean, I don't know. I believe I've discussed that in the last videos and stuff as well. But yeah, I mean, other than that, that's just, I don't know, that's it, pretty much. This whole area is pretty much just like, you know, trees, some bushes every once in a while, open areas, whatever. And this is sort of the main clubhouse. I added this little plaza type thing in front of it, the fountain, and some cobblestone stuff, and some poplars, and I don't know, just lots of bushes, etc. I think it looks pretty cool right here. I think this clubhouse just looks awesome. I believe it's, I think this clubhouse looks awesome. It's made by the same person who made the actual golf course as well, I believe, at least. So, yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it for that. I'd like to place some houses right here and work on a little bit of detailing. Yeah, so first of all, I would like to show you how I made these cul-de-sacs, because these look really cool. So, say we bring out like a road like this, and extend it like that. So, you get the network extensions, one lane, one way. You get this road, 3. Wait, yeah, no, so we want to go to the left, or it doesn't really matter too much, because we're going to use move it, but 3, 4, and upgrade this, and just make sure the direction's right and whatever. This is right for me right here, but just use move it. There's another wanderer. I don't understand that glitch. But yeah, so just use move it. And you can make a really nice looking cul-de-sac. I mean, it just needs, you can use this curve thing to mess around. I don't know, just, I pretty much try to make it as small as possible before it starts getting glitchy, and that's pretty much about there. Yeah, right there. So, I think that looks really awesome from above as well. It's pretty much the best we can do with cul-de-sacs in this game. I really wish cul-de-sacs were actually a thing, but they're not. So, okay. So, I'd like to place some houses. I don't want to do these American Eclectic houses because they're a little bit too fancy for what I want to do here. I want to do stuff like this, but that's a little bit too rural. Let's go for this right here. Also, these buildings I made into Rico buildings. You can go to the settings panel and just mess around, and say I wanted to make this a Rico building. I just hit add local, and then I set the settings and whatever, and then just hit save, but I don't really want that. So anyway, just wanted to show you quickly how to do that. But you don't really need to do that as much anymore because this new mod came out. It's like disabled zoning check or something, which is cool. But I'm still gonna use this technique because I'm old school. So anyway, let's do this. So let's just place some more houses right here. I don't really want those. Let's go for one of those right there. We could go for a tutor. That's cool. Let's go for here. I want to add this one. And maybe move it a little bit. And I want to add some trees possibly behind here just for a little bit of privacy and as noise protection. This is a cargo line right here. So big railroad right next to the houses right here. So let's just add some foliage. Also, I just realized this is like the first live gameplay footage where I'm actually like building stuff that I've done like in a while. It's been a long time. So yeah, pretty excited. But yeah, here, one second. I might want to add this fence and make it continue forward, but do I? I mean, I sort of want to add like a fence along the railroad. I'm just going to consider that. I'm not sure whether I want to or not. Pretty much it for those houses for that street. I'm gonna come back and detail those in a moment, but for now, let's just go over here and add some more houses to this street. Wrong houses. Let's see. Let's grab these. Go for that. I'll go for one of these. Let's just move it. There we go. Colonial right there. I think that's cool. Nice. I love these houses. This is like the Americana collection by False Lucidity. If you're wondering, it's just like my favorite houses in this game. Like, look at all these. That's not from that, but it's like this house. They're so cool. I really like these houses. They're just really, really awesome houses. Beautiful for sort of the style I'm going for in a lot of the places that I'm doing. So I think I might actually just leave this open. These people are just going to have to deal with having a big cargo line behind their houses, but I think that's fine. Whatever. I mean, I'd like to add like a corner house right here. There's this asset right here, which is like, wait, where is it? This. Not sure if I want that though, because it doesn't really fit the theme with these other houses. It doesn't really need to be a specific type of like corner house, you know, whatever. I think I might just add that. Yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. So I think we're gonna just keep that. Maybe rotate it a little bit. And I mean, let's just try to add some ground texture first off, because this is just looking a little bit bland. So what I like to do is I like to get the sand and put it on 0.02 strength and just get something like that, and because that gives you nice dry ground. And I've actually got these. This is sort of cheating, but I've got these. I mean, here, wait, this isn't cheating. There we go. Let's add a log there. There we go. Oops. There we go. Cool. So this is sort of cheating, but like so I've got these what are you doing here? I've got these shady bush clusters, which this is like an actual building. It's just a cluster of shady bushes. It makes it a lot easier, and whatever. Struct sent me this. It's like a local file, but you can just make this into like your asset editor and do that. But I'll add that. Here's just a fall tree. Let's just add some other trees around here, just scattered about. We'll come back to that in just a moment, but here I like to add this little young Norfolk Island pine by Mr. Mason right there. Let's add some barren trees. I feel like the barren trees are like really underused. I like to use those like a lot. But yeah, let's see. Other than that, we need ferns, of course. I love this fern. And then I'm gonna add some like ruins texture. I mean, I don't know. I think that's nice. Just add some more texture, and then maybe a cypress tree. Or, yeah, cypress tree. Yes, correct. I'm good. And then I mean, that's pretty much all I really need to add in that little corner over there. And I mean, I guess these houses aren't really, they don't need to be so, like, I'm not gonna like add hedges or anything, because this is sort of more of a, just a little street, and it's not really in the whole suburban sprawl. It's just an off street over here. I mean, it's like right next to all these buildings. I'm just gonna leave them as they are right here, and then let's just continue adding actual houses to this street. I'm just gonna go crazy here, just place houses. And let's go for just one like this right here. We can go for another tutor right there. And then I guess we could just add one of these little Cape Cod houses on the corner. And I'd like to add one more thing right about here. What should I add? I think I'm gonna go for, actually, there doesn't need to be a house here. You know, don't add something if it doesn't need to be there. So I'm just gonna go for one last house right here. I'm gonna make that this little Greek house, which I really like. It's just nice and small. So let's just add that to that little spot right there. And I mean, so I've got like, I'm not sure I like this concrete texture being right here, and I'd like to add maybe some bushes to the side of this little restaurant right here. So let's just do that. Let's just grab some well, here first let's place one of those and grab fern, and we'll work around those ferns and maybe some grass, and just place some shady bushes right here. It's really annoying dealing with shady bushes without random tree rotation, because they're all rotated like the same way, which is like so annoying. Because these look so much better with random tree rotation. But yeah, let's just add one of these right here. I love that tree in like a place like this, but the evergreen color correction makes it look so nice. So yeah, I love the evergreen color correction. Will never change unless I'm doing like a different type of a build, like a tropical build. I don't think this evergreen CC would work for whatever, but yeah, I'm gonna actually exchange these for some live oaks right on the edges right here, and maybe place some live oaks like right here. I figure I like to put live oaks in sort of actual sort of housing, or pretty much areas where people might have planted the trees themselves, because I figure these conifers are just here, and people wouldn't really care to plant them or whatever. They'd be more, you know, these, I guess, like, I don't know, sort of like I did over here, like these live oaks. I think, you know, if these were conifers, I don't think they'd look amazing. I think the conifers, like in something like this, you know, is much better, but that's just me. But yeah, so I mean, I'd like to add a few more trees right here. Let's add some shady trees. Yeah, I'm gonna extend this texture right over here. Let's get some sands, and I'd like to possibly try to go for some like shorter gula grass, because sometimes you can get like shorter gula grass that isn't too disruptive, because like some of this taller stuff is like crazy. Now let's just place another one of those shady bush clusters, and we're almost done here. I'd just like to add a few extra little details. I'd like to add these grasses here, these taller Mr. Mason grasses, like smaller versions of them, of course, because that's pretty crazy. Just on the sand, because I think it does really well there, and also the shady trees and stuff looks so cool on the sand. So I might actually add some surface rocks right here. I think that's pretty cool. Just the grass, that's nice, and this is all going to be surrounded by conifers in general. So let's actually try to find, first of all, I'd like to get at least one shady tree that's like a different variety. Shady tree red, there we go. Shady tree fall. You go for 2 of those, just for a little bit of variety. 3, I don't care. And just because we can, let's go for a shady tree red right there. I think the shady trees look nice in combination with the sand. That's pretty much it for this little area. I mean, maybe we can go for some more stuff over here, just a little bit of stuff. Just added a few more conifers and stuff over here, but yeah. Anyway, everybody, that's pretty much it for the video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like. It really does help the video more than you'd think, and hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more. And I'd really recommend you hit the bell next to the subscribe button. You'll just never miss an upload if you do that, so would highly recommend. But yeah, anyway, you can follow me on Twitter. Link's always in the description. I post polls for what we should do next, teasers, stuff like that. So, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Enjoy a few cinematics, and I will see you next time.